Welcome to Smart Stock Watch, your go-to channel for in-depth financial analysis. Today is July 10th, 2025, and we're diving into E2open's fiscal 2026 first quarter earnings report. Joining us is John, a senior analyst from Smart Stock Watch. John, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. E2open, a leading connected supply chain SaaS platform, has just released its Q1 results, and there's a lot to unpack, especially with their recent acquisition announcement by WiseTech Global.
Revenue and profitability overview. Let's start with the revenue figures. E2open reported a GAAP subscription revenue of $132.9 million, which is above their guidance. How does this compare to their overall revenue and profitability?
Indeed, the subscription revenue, which makes up 87% of their total revenue, increased by 1.1% year over year. Total GAAP revenue was $152.6 million, marking a 1% increase. Their GAAP gross profit also saw a slight increase to $73.6 million, and they reported an adjusted EBITDA of $52.2 million, which is a 3% increase from the previous year. This indicates a solid performance in their core business operations.
EPS and analyst forecast. Now turning to earnings per share, E2open reported an adjusted EPS of 0.5 cents, surpassing the forecast of 4 cents. What does this tell us about their financial health?
This is a positive sign. Beating the EPS forecast, even with just one analyst, suggests that E2open is managing its costs effectively and generating sufficient revenue to cover its expenses. The GAAP EPS was a loss of 0.5 cents, but the adjusted figures show a more favorable financial position.
Strategic initiatives and market expansion. E2open has announced its acquisition by WiseTech Global. How does this strategic move align with their recent market activities?
The acquisition by WiseTech is a significant step for E2open, potentially enhancing their supply chain capabilities. They've also secured new clients across various sectors, including manufacturing and consumer goods, and expanded their offerings with existing clients. Their upcoming Connect 2025 summit will further solidify their market presence by showcasing their innovations and client success stories.
Financial outlook and future prospects. Looking ahead, E2open has reiterated its full-year guidance. What are the key figures investors should watch?
For fiscal 2026, E2open expects subscription revenue between $525 million and $535 million, and total revenue between $600 million and $618 million. They anticipate a non-GAAP gross margin of 68% to 68.5% and an adjusted EBITDA of $200 million to $210 million. These figures suggest a stable growth trajectory, assuming the WiseTech acquisition proceeds as planned.
Key takeaways. In summary, E2open has delivered a solid first quarter with revenue growth, a positive EPS surprise, and strategic moves like the WiseTech acquisition. John, any final thoughts on their investment prospects?
E2open is on a promising path with its strategic initiatives and financial performance. The acquisition by WiseTech could unlock further growth opportunities. Investors should keep an eye on how these developments unfold in the coming quarters.
Thank you, John, for your insights, and thank you to our viewers for tuning in. If you found this analysis helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Smart Stock Watch. We'd love to hear your thoughts on E2open's performance in the comments below.